with less effort. She's committed to empowering professional Latinas to develop the leadership skills to stand in their power and to be able to make a remarkable impact on the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Deborah Deras.
Here tonight. I see so many of my friends and colleagues when I started, and it's such an honor to be part of Latina Style. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Ana Maria Arias, for this vision, for this dream, and for all of you for your commitment to being a part of empowering Latinas. Thank you. I am here today as a very proud Latina entrepreneur. And when I was growing up, I never said, one day, when I grow up, I'm going to be a speaker. I'm going to be a life coach. In fact, I said, I am going to be a human resource manager. My father was an immigrant from Colombia. And he told me if I wanted to be successful in this country, it was really important for me to know business. So I wanted to be a good muñequita and make my dad proud, and so I enrolled in business school. And I was really focused on getting my degree and really going out there and making a living, right? But I love what Robert said, because when you're passionate, you never have to go to a job again and make a living. You create a life that you're passionate about, and you actually have to set an alarm to stop working because it's such a joy. Seriously. And that's what happened to me. I don't know about you, but many times in life, pain pushes us until vision pulls. And when I was 19 years old, and I was one semester away from graduating with my business degree, I had a life-changing experience. My 16-year-old brother had an epileptic seizure, and he suddenly passed away. And this was a total turning point in my life. Because at that point in time, I was doing something because I thought that's what my purpose was. And I realized that my vision and my purpose was so much bigger. And I'm sure many of you can relate to that. That my vision for what I was supposed to achieve was bigger than just getting a job and making a living. It was like Ana Maria Arias, to make a difference. And so I made a critical decision to change my major and to go into counseling and to empower people with disabilities to get jobs. And I remember getting my first job at a government agency. And I was so excited because I was so passionate to make a difference. And I was so surprised when I walked in the door and I was like, oh, let's do this, let's make a difference. And people were like, hello? Right? Like Revenge of the Body Snatchers. Nobody, the lights were on, but nobody was home. I'm sure you don't work with anybody like this, right? Just completely disengaged. And I'm like, what? I'm so passionate. My role was to help Latinos with disabilities to get jobs. It was like, I woke up every morning so excited. And I realized that it wasn't the people with disabilities that needed the help, it was my coworkers, right? They needed to be passionate about what they did. So as Latinas, what do we do when there's a challenge or a problem, right? We do something about it. We don't complain, we don't sit there, we take action. So I decided in 2002 to form a company called Passionate Living Now, to empower people to live passionately, purposefully, and prosperously. And remember, I didn't finish my business degree, so I had no idea what I was doing, right? But I had a vision. And I had Latinas that supported me from the very beginning. I think one of my first speaking engagements was for Hope, when Helen and Carrie invited me to speak. My first speaking engagement was for the NLBWA, when Teresa first started the LA chapter, yes? And they asked me if I would speak. And before I knew it, my little business that I started in the living room and had my husband go to the bedroom when I ran circles. Remember Lupita? And I had these empowerment groups, right? And then all of a sudden, I had this business. And it was like I was on the treadmill. And I was running and running. And I was like, oh, great. I'm so excited. This business is taking off. And suddenly, I couldn't do my day job. have the courage to step out on faith and know the sport of Latinas like you, that I could really do it on my own. And I thank you, all of you, that have been there all along the way. Edgar, who gave me my first opportunity at the Latin Business Association to speak and really believed in me. And then I had the rude awakening that I was my own boss. And you know what that means? There's no door, there's no sign on the door that says this is when you start work and this is when you end work. Entrepreneurs in the room, you know what I'm talking about, right? And those of you in corporate America, I consider you entrepreneurs, so you also know what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, I was going, trying to make this business happen. And I realized that I was not being very successful because I was compromising my health and well-being. And what I learned to realize is if we don't take care and invest in our health, we will pay for sickness. And I was walking down the street one day and I looked behind me and clumps of my thick hair was on the ground. I was in the process of planning my wedding and my wedding dress was backless and I had hives on my back because of the excessive Diet Coke I was drinking to keep up with the demands of my day. I went from having a cold to having bronchitis to being in the hospital with walking pneumonia and on a breathing machine. And I was like, uh-oh. There's got to be a better way to be successful without compromising my health and well-being. And you think that would have gotten my attention, right? But it didn't. It took having 3 car accidents in a month. And I know. And then finally having my cute little Honda CRX, they only had 2 more payments, stolen. That I realized, okay, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. And I met this wonderful woman, her name is and she became my mentor. And I believe in having mentors. And she was doing the same exact business I was doing, but there seemed to be some grace on her face. She didn't have the dark circles under her eyes like I did. In fact, she was a Kundalini yoga teacher. I was like, what is she doing? And she said to me, you know what, Deborah? I was like you. I was going as a human doing instead of a human being. And then one day, at the age of 34, Adelaide went to go for a job, and she couldn't move. And she went to the doctor, and they diagnosed her with adrenal burnout that comes from going from first gear to fifth gear all the time. And eventually, she got a diagnosis of lupus, which is an autoimmune disorder that really compromised and took her out of the game. And so Adelaide and I decided that there's got to be a better way for us powerful and strong, busy, professional Latinas to be successful without killing ourselves. And so we came together and we started a company called Synergy Unlimited. And we realized the power of synergy is so amazing. Buckminster Fuller coined the term synergy, meaning the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And that's what Latina Style is about. That's what Hope is about. That's what NLBWA is about. It's about coming together collectively and to realize we do not have to do it alone. That we can help each other. That we can have a joint vision, a joint mission, and not think that we have to do it by ourselves. And Adelaide came and we said, we gotta do something. We've got to do something to really help people. Because everybody that we would speak to would say, can you write a book on how to get it out in 2 hours in a day? Can you write a book on how to do a million things? And we were thinking about it. Should we write a book on time expansion? Jumping into the matrix? But we decided a more powerful book would be called Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict. And I'm sure none of you here are adrenaline addicts, right? And I'm not talking about skydiving or bungee jumping, but just going and not knowing when to slow down. And so one of the principles of the book, The Power of Synergy, really was exemplified with the recent election. And I'm so glad Robert mentioned it, because I was so happy when I would turn on the news where every station was talking about the Latino vote. And we've known for a long time about the power of our numbers, but thanks to organizations of advocacy alone. And so that's why I'm so grateful for this opportunity to serve you. I'm so grateful that each one of us has the power not only in the elections to elect a president, but we have the power to support each and every one of us' dreams. I recently was at the Latina conference, and I had the honor of hearing Sandra Cisneros. And she was talking about how unique each one of us is. That there's no one like you. And that's why there can never be any competition. You, like Ana Maria Arias' legacy, has a unique vision. You have a mission to fulfill in this world. And all of you can do it. But you don't have to do it alone. I invite all of you to get even more involved in the organizations that are here. Participate in the Latina style conferences. Participate in HOPE and LPWA. And most of all, I encourage all of us to support our fellow Latinas. When I first started out, I had all of my business recommendations. Every single corporate client I have, British Petroleum, Macy's, Kaiser Permanente, was all from a Latina that had recommended me, JP Morgan. And I encourage and invite all of you, whether you're an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur, to support each other. Whatever your vision is, use the power of synergy so that you can all achieve quantum results. That is my message today. That's how we can have power. That's how we can have influence. When all of us come together and support each other. But I know in the short time that I have, I'm not going to be able to give you all of the other principles to be able to succeed, to be successful without compromising your health and well-being. And I'm so committed to each and every one of you being successful with whatever your vision is. I am going to give you a gift. All of you here tonight, because I'm so grateful for the dedication of Robert of Latina Style. I see on the road as I'm speaking, I'm like, wow, I thought I was the busiest woman running around, and there's Robert, there's Latina Style. But I want all of you to have the resources and the support to achieve your dreams without being sick, without having to have any life challenges that takes you out of your mission. So I'm going to give all of you a copy of the Confessions of an Adrenaline Addict ebook. This is what I want you to do, right? So I'm going to give you this gift, but I want you to gift it. I want you to share it with a fellow Latina. I want you to share it with someone so that they can be able to have the principles, not only to have a to-do list, but to learn to have a let-go list. Not only to say yes, but to also to know when to say no, so that you can take care of yourself. Not to be selfish, but to take care of ourselves so we can put our Shell fuel oil in our bodies to be of service to others, yes? There's a big difference. That's something that I had to learn the hard way. And my life coach said to me, if you feel guilty, you're making progress. Because every time I would make a decision, you know what? I want to network, but I need to take a little siesta, right? I want to go out to this event, but for one moment, I need to be still. This is the power that we all have to make, the power of choice. And so I invite you to all utilize that so that you can be of service. I want to thank all of you for your service. And the U.S. Navy, I was speaking at the Port Waikiki base last week, so I really support our military and everything that Latina Style is doing in the military. And I invite all of you to enjoy this event, and I just want to honor all of the recipients, all of the awardees of the Ana Maria Arias Award. May you have all of the strength to be of service and to fulfill your visions and dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.